Yo, what the fuck is up, YouTube? It's your boy Haunted back with another video, and today I'm coming at y'all with a story about my most recent DXM trip. Now, before this, it had been a really long time since I had done DXM, so it was a pretty profound experience. Not very, typical for a DXM experience. Not how it normally would be. So let's just get right into it, okay? So I'm just gonna start off, lay this out right here, bro. This trip lasted for like 2.5, 3 fucking days. I took 2 5-ounce bottles of Delsym, which are the big ones, and with no DXM tolerance, weighing like 150. And yeah, so I wasn't very smart with how I weighed this or fucking measured the dosage out, but it doesn't really matter. The trip already happened. It's whatever. So let's get right into it. So, this all starts off it wasn't last weekend, it was the weekend before last weekend, right? This all starts off, I was in my city, in the city where I do all my goonery. I live in between two cities, you know what I'm saying? Either I'm living with my grandma because I'm being too bad, which is right now, or I'm living with my mom when I'm chilling. So, I was at my mom's house. And, I'd been hanging out with my homie. Me and my homie were just talking about psychedelics and some other shit. And the conversation kind of steered me into the that mindset where you want to trip on DXM, you know what I'm saying? Also combined with that goddamn Discord server, bro. Seeing these niggas in there sending Delsym and their trips and shit every day, bro, it made me want to do that shit, bro. But, yeah, so basically, a day or 2 days before I had to leave my mom's house, I went and picked up these 2 5-ounce bottles of Delsym. And it's funny as fuck how I stole these, right? I didn't really have my method anymore. I swear to God, I used to have like a fucking map. And like, how when in GTA you got the heist board, motherfucker? I had that shit mapped out in my head. For the fucking CVS and Walgreens and Walmart I would steal my shit from, bro. I would be in and out that bitch. Nobody even knew I was there, bro. But this time I was like, bro, I didn't pick silent and sneaky, nigga. I picked aggressive, bro. I walked in that bitch. I looked at the pharmacist. I grabbed the 2 bottles of Delsym and I just looked at him and I walked the fuck out that bitch. He definitely saw me. He didn't say shit though because that nigga a bitch. But yeah, so I get back with my DXM to my mom's house. I wait till later in the night. I always like to trip at night because DXM in the day just don't hit as good as it does at night. And I think a lot of y'all can agree with that. If not, whatever. But I always thought that, bro. DXM at night always hits. And it's also way harder to get caught. A lot of niggas who do DXM also have to worry about their parents catching them doing DXM. And at night, it's less of a risk. In the daytime, bro, you can't even talk when you're on DXM, but we'll get into that. So, the trip starts. I down these bottles, and let me just say, ass. I fucking hate Delsym. I hate how that shit tastes nowadays. I used to say that it was good, but that shit tastes like ass, bro. That shit used to, man, I remember Bat said that shit tastes like Kool-Aid. Nigga, no, it don't. You lying. Yeah, so I drink this DXM and I wait till later in the night and the trip starts kicking in, right? The first day, or I should say night of the trip, right? It's pretty normal. It starts off Plat 3, eventually graduates into Plat 4, and you know how that be. I don't remember that shit at all, bro. But the Plat 3 I do remember. I remember I had the plan that I had some fire-ass wax. I'm talking 98% THC in that motherfucker. I had some boof. Motherfucker, I had some gas, bro. I had some real boof pack on me this night, bro. And I was planning on peaking and then doing a fat fucking dab. And I'm talking about like a 0.5 gram dab. I'm talking about a fatty. I'm talking about send your ass into Plat 4 as soon as that shit hits your lungs, gang. So, I wait till I'm peaking. And while I'm coming up, I remember just feeling this super light feeling. And I always like to watch like, chill ass shit, bro. Or I like listening to music, specifically Lil Uzi, or watching Minecraft videos. Those are always the 2 things that hit when I'm alone off the DXM, or I'm just sitting alone, just trying to think. I don't know. But I start feeling light. I start feeling the robo walk. And eventually, dude, I knew I took too much DXM because I start fucking floating when I close my eyes and listen to music. I start teleporting around my room, and I'm not saying I'm actually teleporting, nigga. I'm blacking out, okay, coming up on this platform, right? I'm blacking the fuck out, just teleporting around. It feels like I'm teleporting when I close my eye. Dude, keep in mind, this is still a good experience. It feels like I'm fucking teleporting around my room. I can see, like, dots everywhere in my vision, which this is super weird. I never get super profound DXM visuals, but on this time, dog, this shit, man, that shit was hidden. But so as I'm, hold on, everybody hit your nick right now. Hold on, where the fuck is my nick? Everybody, we've secured the nick. It was under my ass. Everybody hit the nick. 3, 2, 1. That elf bar smacking, you already know, boys. You already know. So yeah, as I'm coming up to plat 4, I, somehow, I don't know how I did it without hurting myself or burning the house down, hit a knife dab without a rig. I somehow managed to put something together to hit a dab, which was a knife off of a hot stove. I heated it up on the gas stove, right, till it was red hot. I remember it because when I looked at the knife, that shit looked like the sun because it was hot as fuck. And yeah, I remember running to my room with this hot knife. If I would have fell, it would have stabbed through me, even though it was a butter knife. It was hot as fuck. It would have cut me. And I get back to my room and I lay this fucking knife out on the desk. I scrape way too big of a dab. Way too much. I scrape this dab and I drop it right up on the fucking knife and I suck it in through a straw, right? My boy, it sent me off. Plat 4 instantly. I remember standing back. My head got hot as fuck. Like, I hate that off dabs. It's whatever. It happens. Every time you take a fat dab, your head's going to get hot for the first couple seconds of the newfound high you've now achieved. And yeah, my head just gets super fucking hot. But also my blood pressure starts going down. So I got to sit on the bed, right? Dex hole. I'm in the Dex hole now, okay? I'm not getting up for the rest of the night, right? So, now that I'm in the Dex hole, plat 4, there's not much I can explain to you but this, okay? My Dex hole experiences are usually one of two things. It's either I'm dying a lot over and over again. I'm just keep dying. Or time just slows, dude. And it's too slow to comprehend anything. Bro, and my brain isn't working, right? If I close my eyes, I'm in hospital rooms, dude, my Dex hole experiences are just the back rooms, okay? Whenever I get to that plat 4, I just hit the back rooms and I'm vibing in that bitch, okay? And, I'm in the back rooms now. I'm just teleporting to different levels. And dude, I shit you not, that's actually what it feels like a lot of the times I'm in the Dex hole. And the profoundness of the thoughts is what really gets me when I'm here. The only way I can describe the feeling is back rooms, but the thoughts are crazy. The realizations and just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain anything in the Dex hole, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that can feel the same way about that. It's so fucking hard to explain. Same with K-hole. You can't explain that shit. Man, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a dumbass, but I can't explain it. All I know is just know that shit felt very liminal and backroomsy. So, I wake up the next morning, right? To still tripping, by the way, and the visuals are kicking, nigga. I step out of bed and I am robo walking like a motherfucker. I see on the floor at some point I threw up, so I cleaned that up, barely. It was very hard to clean that shit up, bro. I was trying my best to even fucking. My brain wasn't working, dog. So my motor skills were fucked, and I could barely clean up this fucking pile of throw up. But I cleaned it up, and I'm still tripping. And my mom is trying to talk to me at some point, right? I get out of my room, and my mom wants to talk to me about fuck all. I don't know what she needs from me, right? But she knows, of course. And I just told her, because my mom doesn't know. My mom, I don't know if she can tell the difference, but I just told her I smoked a lot of weed, right? So she's like, okay, that's fine. Just, try not to get as high. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Mom. I just wake and bake. She shit like that, bro. My mom's chill when it comes to the weed, bro. But she don't fuck with the other shit. She don't fuck with that shit at all, bro. At some point, she gets to the point where she's like, I don't even want you smoking weed because it seems like when you smoke weed, you just want to do other shit, which is facts, bro. Because when you combine the other drugs with the weed, that shit be busting. But, my mom fucking knows I'm high, but she doesn't know what I'm high on. And I think she had an idea of what I was off because she asked me if weed was the only thing I had done. And I was just like, yeah, I didn't want to fucking, tell her because that's fucked. And she wouldn't let me come over next weekend. So, I ended up fucking, not telling her. And I go through the rest of my day robo walking and basically playing a lot of Fortnite. I remember playing a lot of Fortnite. And I remember this, existential panic that was going through me. This day 2 of the trip is kind of where it starts leaning towards bad, right? Day 2 of the trip, it starts leaning towards bad. And throughout the whole day, I'm taking dabs, right? So it feels like the trip is just continuing and continuing and continuing, and just it won't stop, which is fine to me. I don't know, shit. I felt good, and the visuals were just smacking, dude. I remember looking at the tiles on my ceiling, right? Because I had a tile ceiling at my mom's old house, right? Because my mom just moved a couple days ago. Shout out the new house, right? I had these tile ceilings, right? And they just would start coming down, right? I don't know how to explain it. They would just come down, and like each tile would have a different length to it. So they would look like pillars coming down from the ceiling. It was so fucking weird, but I always liked that in that room. It would look really fucking cool. And I remember I had the blinds shut with my fucking LEDs on in that bitch. I had them cranked on rainbow mode, bro. That shit looked cuckoo. So, you know, I basically got through this day just playing Fortnite, hopping on Xbox, trying my best to not slur when I'm talking to the niggas online, right? Talking to my niggas on the game. And, you know, the day goes by, right? And I go to sleep pretty early this day, right? And I wake up the next day, right? You know, all day I had been smoking weed. I don't know how. Motherfucker, I am still tripping. I had gone the last day that I just talked about through a whole fucking Plat 3 or Plat 2.5, nigga, just tripping all fucking day, right? And I had woke up the next day, dude. Oh, yeah, also, I forgot to mention, second day I also dropped a little bit more DXM. I left like a little less than half a bottle in one of the bottles of the DXM, so I redosed a little bit, if you will, but it wasn't much of a redose, but it still counts as a redose, since, you know, half of one of those bottles is like 400 milligrams, right? I mean, that's enough to get it kicking again. So you know how it goes, bro. I wake up this next day and I'm still fucking tripping, right? The visuals are gone, but I still feel light than a bitch. I still feel stupid, and I still feel dissociated and not in my body, right? But the problem on this day is that I have to see my grandmother, okay? And I don't want to see my grandmother like this, right? So I get in the bathroom, right? And I get to fixing myself, bro. I cannot close my eyes. I can't close my fucking eyes. They're popping out of my fucking head, bro. That's the problem, right? My eyes are popping out of my fucking head. My hair looked crazy, but I fixed that. So we're good on that. I washed my face, you know, try to look a little less like I'm fucking tweaking, right? So, but the dead giveaway is just my eyes. My mom and my grandma both do this thing where they can just look at my eyes and they're just like, you're fucking high. But, you know, it's pretty obvious for a lot of people, but it's like, I can kind of lock in, but they know every single time. And it's just because they're my grandma and my mom, but they know. So my mom is driving me home, you know, back to my grandma's house, right? And, you know, my mom had to stop and give my grandma something at work. And I did not like this. I felt like it was just an excuse for them to fucking have a mini in the car intervention with me, right? And I am still fucking dissociated. I still don't feel like I'm in my body. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I'm a little bit of a slob, so I took some more dabs. So I'm high as fuck, low key, and I'm tripping still. And I feel like the dabs just reactivate. It kept reactivating, bro. This is a fucking huge, you know, part of this trip. It would just reactivate when I hit the cush, right? So we're coming towards the end of the trip. You know, I get to this little intervention in my grandma's work parking lot, and I swear to God, my mom didn't give her anything. Maybe I just didn't realize. My mom did go into her, like, you know, work building, so maybe she brought it in there. It was in my mom's purse or something. I'm not sure, bro. But as far as I can see, she didn't give my grandma shit. So, you know, my grandma gets in the back seat of this car with me, right? And she's like, you know, what's going on? I'm like, I don't know. I just smoked some weed. And she was like, come on, you know, we just have this whole conversation. It's the same every druggie knows the conversation. This and this and this. So, you know, like I appreciate you loving me and shit, but damn, bro, how many times do we have to have this conversation, dude? But, you know, we finish up this conversation. My granny's pissed. My fucking mom doesn't really, I don't know what my mom was thinking. I don't think my mom was mad at me. I think she was just disappointed. My grandma was probably more disappointed than pissed, but she showed me pissed so I wouldn't do it again, right? So I'm still going to fucking do it again. I'm going to my mom's tomorrow, bro. I'm about to Schmeggington. But, you know, so basically my fucking mom drives me back to my grandma's house, and my cousin has a cart, right? When I get there, off rip cart. So he's like, do you want to smoke? And I'm like, fucking yeah, dude. So me and my cousin end up smoking, and we smoke like way too much. Like, or at least I did, for, you know, how I was feeling and what I was coming down off of, like a Plat 4 trip. Dude, nah, bro. I smoked too fucking much, right? And I remember, you know, my cousin saying some shit to me that kind of started the bad part of this trip, right? And my cousin's kind of a fucking douchebag when I'm on psychedelics, right? Because one time he was on acid, and I didn't want him doing acid because he's my little cousin and I don't want him doing drugs like that, except smoking weed with me sometimes. So, I made him have a really bad trip so he wouldn't do acid no more. I know it's really petty, but if I did what I had to do, right? You don't want to see your family going down the wrong fucking path, right? But it doesn't mean you need to ruin my trips, right? And I remember I'm not even doing anything, right? I'm just sitting there listening to music. I have my headphones on, and this nigga just looks over at me. He looks me dead in my eyes. He's like, "You killing the vibe." And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't even do anything. But of course, my decked out ass takes that shit to heart, right? And I start getting in my feelings over that shit. I don't know why. Normally, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be like, okay, nigga. But I really genuinely thought that I just killed the vibe, bro. I don't know what. I think that I thought my music was really loud, playing out my fucking headphones, and he could hear it, and it was killing his vibe. But I genuinely thought I killed bro's vibe, and he did that shit on purpose. We slapboxed over that. He did smack. Bro, that nigga getting older. That nigga got the mitts now. I swear to God, he kind of got hands now. Like, back when we were little, I always used to beat his ass, but we had to slapbox over that shit because he really made me have a terrible trip. But, I go into the room after this shit because we were in the living room downstairs. And I go into my room because I didn't want to fucking... Like, bro, I got in my feelings. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So I'm in my bed, and I'm not going to lie, nigga, I'm crying. And I got... I'm looking at TikToks and I'm just crying. My eyes are huge and I'm just crying. I'm fucking having these weird ass thoughts, right? And I had this profound ass thing. I know I'm high off the weed, right? The weed's got me mixed. Like, the mix of the weed and the DXM has me fucked up. It feels like I'm on plat 3, right? And I see this fucking TikTok, right? It's a TikTok it's just a hating ass TikTok. I'm not going to be specific on what it said, but this is a hating ass meme I saw, bro. And it seemed really, really fucking specific to me. Like, it seemed like it was just hating on me specifically. And that shit set me off the fucking edge, bro. I couldn't do it anymore, right? I seen this meme, right? And I start having a fucking panic attack, right? I turned my phone out. No, scratch that. I threw my phone on the floor. I wrapped myself up in a blanket. I'm crying, bro. I'm crying. I cannot, bro. I'm distraught mentally. I am not, I don't know what the fuck. Usually I can handle my drugs. This is one of the rare occasions where that shit had me geeked up and just not okay. I am having one of probably the second or third worst trip I've ever fucking had. Everything looks purple. Like, I'm not getting closed-eyed visuals, but that static in that afterglow, right? When you close your eyes and you're usually in the afterglow of a DXM trip, and it's just static in your vision, bro, and it just doesn't feel real. Nothing feels real, right? And this TikTok and this fucking hating ass meme just really fucking sent me off the edge and just made me think about some really terrible ass shit, right? When I close my eyes, the static. When I'm sitting there, everything looks purple. I don't like the lighting in the room. Everything, it's either too cold or too hot, nigga. I'm tripping. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm having an awful experience, right? So my only option here, which was very difficult to do, I kind of find it difficult unless I'm on the come up of a DXM trip to go to sleep, but I forced myself. I could not sit here and withstand this, right? So, I had a lot of answers from this trip, right? A lot of trips, bro, they give me the answers, bro. The answers that I just really fucking need. But as soon as that come down comes, or it's the DXM and I wake up, bro, it's all gone. Or ketamine, or any psychedelic, or not psychedelic, but, hallucinogen that will make you trip balls. You'll be, whether it's you're just ego deathing, you're fucking K-holed up, you're in the Dex hole, any of them, you will find the answers. And I always feel this in my trips. You will find the fucking answers to your issues if you think about them, but you forget it. It's all gone. Once the trip is over fully and everything is said and done, everything's gone. And I guess when I woke up from that and the trip, everything was said and done. The weed, it had given me a headache, I had smoked so much pressure that my fucking head hurt. I woke up and everything was gray, bro. It was, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a really surreal ass moment. I put on, what's the song called? It's by Foo Fighters. It's fucking, I don't know. But I'll put it up on screen, right? But I have this song playing, and Everlong by Foo Fighters, right? And everything is gray in my room, and and the dissociation is the only thing that's kind of there, but everything else is gone. And bro, it was a real surreal ass moment because, like I said, I always forget everything on my trips, but it felt like with sobriety, I had it for a second. I had the answers, but I was sober, and it felt like I was gonna go somewhere with that shit, but then I ended up falling back asleep for a little bit longer, waking up, and it was all fucking gone. So, the answers that I got in this trip were really, I don't know. But, all I could say was that was just a really shitty experience towards the end, a really good experience on the first day, kind of mid on the second day. Third day, terrible. It's probably going to be a while before I do DXM again, because, coming back and having that being my first experience back on the drug, it really kind of threw me off, man. I'd rather just drop a tab or something, honestly, bro. I'd rather honestly just do like any other drug right now, bro. Not Benadryl. Besides Benadryl, bro. Nobody does Benadryl. That shit sucks. But I don't really have any plans on doing DXM for a while now. Hey, who knows? Maybe this weekend y'all will get another DXM story if I get impulsive again and want to just get something out of it, even though I know I won't. But yeah, no, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Join the Discord, link in the description. Follow me on Instagram at Haunted2Geeked. I love y'all. Peace out.